Hi manifestors, Meera Allen with your Manifesting Destiny Moon Update. And we are coming to a new moon in Taurus, that earth sign ruled by Venus. It's a super new moon because it's also close to the earth. But before I get into the new moon, I'm just going to grab those times. I wanted to recap a little bit of this past month. 4 weeks ago, we had the new moon in Aries, which was quite an intense time. And that was the start of the new astrological year. A lot of major shifts happening within and without in the planet right now. Then we had that full moon in Libra, which was looking at where we're feeling balanced, where we're feeling imbalanced, what our relationships are like, how our relationships have shifted, how we're bringing more harmony to ourselves, and how we heal the people pleaser within us. Again, ruled by Venus. Now we've come up to a new moon. And right before a new moon, we tend to, well, it's best if you do follow the lunar cycles. I'm hoping that when you watch this channel, you are. With the waxing phase, which will start from the 27th or the 28th of this month, wherever you are on the planet. With the waxing phase, there's more light on the earth. So people that are gardeners, they know they plant their seeds on a new moon, and you allow those seeds to grow and to cultivate from the new moon to the full moon. It's that amplification of light on the earth at nighttime. And it allows those seeds to germinate and have that extra light and have that little bit of photosynthesis. And just the same with us. We get to illuminate those ideas, plant those seeds of intention, get our goal setting and intention for those new moon times. Then from the full moon going down to the new moon, it's shedding and it's a letting go. We're carrying the last little stages of the waning moon before we hit this new moon. And I just want to share what I do personally. I do things like trim, wash my hair, I file down all my nails, just doing all the little things. Trim my plants, empty out my fridge. I've got some recycling things that I want to take downstairs. Like just a whole bunch of little itty bitty bitsy things that you want to clear out. Whether that's mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual, have this time, this last few days of the waning moon, right before a new moon. You might just feel like you suddenly want to spring clean. You might want to get on top of things that you've sat with, or you might want to clean your computer desktop, or whatever it is for you that you think, oh, I really want to get these things out of the way. And generally that accelerates right before a new moon. So we're in that last little bit right now. So I highly recommend. I had my cleaner come this week and it was so nice just coming home to this beautiful clean place, and I thought, oh, love it. So just little things like that, if you can time it with the rhythms of the moon, it can be really quite life-changing. It can make things flow easier, and it's a big giant dot in the sky, you know. It's not that hard to miss, you know. It's easy to follow. Anyway, so that's just my little wrap up for whatever you've watched come up in the last 4 weeks. What has happened since that new moon in Aries? I did do quite an intense video for that, so if you guys want to go back and watch that new moon in Aries and get an idea of what this past month was about, it was pretty intense. And then have a look at how you brought some balance to your life, what you had to do to keep moving forward with equilibrium and balance and harmony in your day-to-day life, and what that means for you, and having those readjustments. And now here we are, new moon in Taurus. For LA, the time is 12:31 p.m. on the 27th of the new moon. New York will be 3:31 p.m. on the 27th. London, again, the 27th at 8:31 p.m. Brisbane and Sydney, Australia, 5:31 a.m. on the 28th. Singapore, 3:31 a.m. on the 28th. I've thrown in Singapore and I have no idea why. Shout out to anyone in Singapore that's watching my channel. Thank you for subscribing. You're awesome. All right, so this new moon in Taurus, what does this mean for you? And you can always Google wherever you are, or look up wherever you are on the planet for the time of your new moon, so you know when to set that new seeds and intentions by, and do your shedding and cleansing ideally before that time and date. Earthy Taurus, a supermoon. The Taurian has two aspects to it in some ways. One is this determination, hardworking bull, harvesting and plowing fields and plowing through the day-to-day, and it's just drudgery in some ways, but getting it done in that routine way. And that's a really grounded, beautiful way of looking at the Taurian. Earthy, even the foods that we eat. I was thinking about sweet potatoes the other day, just grounded root vegetables. It's an earthy time. It's where we connect to the minerals in our bodies. Like, what is the element of earth mean to you? The land under where you live, the bare feet on the grass, the grounding aspects of yourself. These earthy things, you know, really central with your body. I've had an infrared sauna this week, had an intense massage yesterday. So all these earthy things that we really leading ourselves into, from our food to our bodies to our sensuality, through that three-dimensional world, right? Then there's the other part of what Taurus represents. If you look at Wall Street, the sign for Wall Street is the bull. And that's not a coincidence. And they have bull markets, and there's a time where you realize Taurus is actually hardworking, but what are we hardworking and determined for? It's so we can have the creature comforts in life. It's so we can have the beauty that we want to have around us. It's so that we can fulfill our heart's desires. It's so that we can live in the place that we love. So it's that we can enjoy the foods that we want to eat. It's so we can dine at the places that have whole food, organic foods. It's so that we can have these Taurian things, but the finances is the way to get there. And even Yasmin Boland, on her beautiful new moon in Taurus card, it actually says prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So it's a beautiful time. A Taurian new moon is an awesome time to relook at your finances, relook at the way you put in your hard work or your light work, and you can choose how you want to grind every day or how you want to flow. If you haven't got a 12-month financial plan yet sorted out, now's the time to be creating that 12-month financial plan and actually getting your money mindset. If it needs to shift, see what needs to shift from that 4 weeks ago, from the new moon in Aries, the start of an astrological new year, where the sun first starts in Aries and it moves through the 12 constellations and then it ends at the end in Pisces. So see what this astrological new year started for you and what you noticed for yourself in April, and now see where you are coming to. And then set from May to May next year your next 12-month financial goals. And it is a beautiful time to have your financial affirmation in your mindset, money mindset. Some people feel like money is such a taboo. It's just an energy exchange. It's nothing scary. And people have all these hardwired beliefs around money. You know, I had when I was young, this drummed into me that I can't make money as an artist or a singer or a vocalist kind of thing. I broke through all those money mindsets to live my own life and follow my own path and become the Taurian within myself to guide my way forward and use that giant dot in the sky to help me make it easier and sync it up with my ovulation and my menstruation. So just syncing. So the feminine spirit. So if you're a female watching this video and you're still have your healthy menstrual cycles, and even if you don't, you can still tune in. You know, when you know it's a full moon, that's in your summer phase, your bright phase. And you know when it's your dark moon, it's that internal, darker, quiet, mensing, bleeding lunar phase, you know. So see where you are in your body as you map it out according to the moon. That's a whole nother chapter unto itself on another day. But in terms of what you can do with this new moon in Taurus in the next couple of days, really sit down with your determination, your work, your grind, your money goals. Sit down with what your why is, what your end goals are, because it can be a very grounded and practical new moon in Taurus and be really amplified from what's within to attract what's without. I always say that come back to that at the end of the day. It's what our internal subconscious mindset is going to bring toward us. And why don't we just use these lunar cycles to help us along and make things a little easier? So happy new moon in Taurus. Set those financial goals. Then figure out what are the luxuries you love. I know one of my goals is having daily massage. I think that's up there. My name is Meera Allen. Happy new moon in Taurus. And if you haven't subscribe. And if you haven't done the bell thingy, because I only post pretty much twice a month, so I'm not going to bombard you with a billion things. I like to get straight into the point. Sometimes I channel some random things. Anyway, have an awesome new moon. Namaste.